Welcome to Shadeinthecity.
City.
I'm your girl Treese. I just got some new hair. Don't be confused. It's still the same person. But yes, shout out to my boo Adwa. Thank you so much. But yes, welcome guys. We are jumping into our episode 2 of Married at First Sight. I was going to say 90 Day Fiance. Married at First Sight, episode 2. Please make sure if you have not already that you hit that like button
and that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get into it. See the rest of these characters. I don't know why Lifetime is playing with our life like this and dragging this out, but I also want to say shout out to the commenters and the viewers on last review. We always
what was that other one? Were they married at first sight? No, they were 90 Day. Never mind.
No, they jumped to Married at First Sight too, which I can.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. I love it. We picked up like we never left. I love it. So let's keep the conversation going. Let's get into it and let's get shady.
And what's wrong?
Sasha.
It's Sasha and Nate's wedding day.
And she is super excited, guys. She said the reason that she is so successful is because she made a plan for everything she has accomplished. Okay, girl, if you can believe it, you can achieve it. Okay, do that shit. So she has 2 degrees and has put herself through school, no student loans. Go ahead, girl.
Right?
That is Black girl magic. Now, Nate says when he was younger, he always hustled to take care of himself. He says, although he has hit rock bottom before, Nate, we all have, but he got through that storm and he's thriving now. And I said, okay, Nate. Now, I did see something online, Shade Squad, and somebody looked up, I guess he has a YouTube. I don't know it, but you know what I will do? I will post Nate's YouTube in the description box and y'all can go follow Nate. But apparently he had his little he was doing his little advertisement or wherever he was doing it from, he does like the day trading or whatever. So it seems like he was doing promotion for that.
Yeah, he said he does sales and day trading.
But he was filming from like the rooftop of a building. So I was like, I mean, if that's where he lives.
He said he lives in downtown San Diego.
Okay, so if that's where he lives, then clearly day trading and sales is working out for your boy.
That makes money.
So and shout out to Universal Advocate, because Universal Advocate believes that we need to check Nate's paycheck stubs.
He did say that.
Love you for that. So now he is, what he say? Now he feels he's at the right place at the right time with the right mind and the right people. I said, okay. If it feels right to you, I'm all with it. He is very optimistic and he is excited to meet his new wife. His groomsman tells him how proud he is and how much they've seen him grown and basically have seen him at his highest and his lowest. So Dr. Pepper then tells us that, we obviously know they were matched because they have these desires to be, Beyonce, Jay-Z, this power couple, you know what I mean? And Nate's fun side will hopefully relax Stasia, you know what I mean?
Sasha
a little bit. Stasia just sounds so more refined.
Exotic.
Yeah. But while she provides the reliability he needs in a partner. So we shall see. And then we get into Stasia talking to her mom.
She just can't do it. She went from Stasia to Sasha to Stasia.
Oh, I'm trying, y'all. Okay. So we've seen her talking to the mom, which I didn't get her name. Please forgive me. I'm usually the name person, and we know she ain't got it.
At least pronounce it.
Don't do that. So her mom is saying how proud she is and that she's going along with everything, even though she doesn't have control over any of the situation. So at this point, we learn that she may have a little bit of OCD or just she's controlling. I feel like that's what her mother is hinted at. She said that, she's very particular about her men. And she's like, well, I'm particular about everything. And her mom's like, that's what worries me. Real talk, that's what worries me. So, mom says the first impression can be, a superficial impression, and that she wants her to take the time to really get to know him. Now she's Stassi. Stop. You do it. I can't anymore.
Stasha.
Sasha.
What I thought was great was she said she wants to find out her husband's idea of a wife. Right. Because she has this idea in her mind, like we all do, what makes a great wife and who we want to be as a wife, but that's not necessarily your partner's idea of a wife. So
or what they value.
Exactly. So I thought that was a great start. And she just wants to make sure that they're on the same page so that, she can be valued. And then she also lets everybody know, look, once I get this makeup on my face, don't start crying.
Ain't no tears up in here.
Because I don't want my makeup. Okay. So hold back the tears. Okay. I thought it was super fucking cute. They both get their gifts. They both got Polaroid cameras.
So clearly they think alike.
Okay. I don't know. From that moment, it made me feel like the experts might have did a little something.
No, I definitely think the experts did a good job. To me,
I'm starting to think these experts are just doing this shit for fun, because sometimes these matches just
no. Some of them be real off, but I'm not gonna lie to you. This one, I think I said it last review. It's gonna be Nate. That is it has the FBE. Okay. He's going to be the one to mess it up. Even though she might be a little crazy, I think she's, like I said, she's waited this long to be married. I think she's going to look past some stuff and get over some stuff, but he might have so much FBE that she might not be able to look past the that he does.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was cute. Like, he was impressed. She was impressed. Like, I sent him a Polaroid camera. Basically, I got one back there. It was like, you're marrying yourself. Basically. Then they show her the ring that he sent over, the lab created diamond,
but we all know he got the biggest one though.
I mean,
he went all out on his lab created diamond.
Well, it's free, right?
Why not?
Right? Let me tell you something. I could not be the chick getting some small ass diamond, lab created diamond at the damn show is paying for, and it's some tiny shit. I'm be like, we clearly don't have the same mind frame, like same mindset, sir. If the show is
do you never notice they never show Ben and Morgan's or him creating her ring?
I didn't notice that.
If you think about it, they showed Nate, and I forgot who else they showed creating their ring, but they never show
Ben. But if it's free, I don't understand.
He's frugal.
You watching out for these people money too?
He's like, we can invest in your money, guys. Why are we doing this? I wouldn't be surprised if he hands her over a paper and it'd be like stock options and be like, I want to give this to my new wife.
Let me tell you something. The way shit is going, I hope they even make it there. But
right.
Basically, she puts the ring on. She feels like this is sealing the deal. And, her mom tells her she is a phenomenal woman. She's phenomenal.
Now, go ahead.
And basically, she's truly fierce. And before the wedding, Stasha, she is kind of in the room, like losing her shit. She is walking. She is talking to herself. She is pacing. I'm surprised the woman didn't break out in hives. She's really losing her shit. But she's still excited. I think it was super cute. I don't know. It was cute. It was cute.
I like her. She's cute.
Nate is getting his shape up, and he says, he's pretty proud of himself. He went from being a hustler to being a gentleman who lives in downtown San Diego. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but San Diego is super expensive. He lives in downtown San Diego.
Even a hotel room out there
is more expensive. Okay, so Nate making that guapo. Okay. He says he's ready to make this big step and feels like he's evolved and he's confident with taking this leap of faith. He's really just looking for his wife to be understanding and understands that, he has like his little habits and insecurities, that like make him make him the person he is, in hopes that she can understand that. Otherwise, like it really ain't gonna work. It don't sound like he's willing to bend too much. Nate says that he's super nervous, but he feels like he's getting ready for like a basketball game. You know what I'm saying? Like there should be music in the background, like pumping him up to like get ready for this. Like, like he got this. I was like, okay, like I can see that. Then on the way to the altar, he greets his dad, and his dad basically lets him know, like it's about time. You know what I mean? Like he's proud of him and tells him, you had your fun, but homie, it's time for you to settle down. Like you've been out in these streets. Let's go meet your wife. Right. It's about that time.
So we see Nate smiling from ear to ear as
Sasha
walks down the aisle and is very pleased at how his new wife looks. There's definitely, that's one thing I can say, there's definitely an attraction.
There is.
Between the two. Like
he was like, things are gonna be just fine.
There is not like, and she's like, okay. So his family tells her that, as they read in the little speeches from friends and family, whatever, his family tells her there will never be a dull moment with him. Mm-hmm. He loves adventures, and we learn sunsets are his thing.
And that he's a freak in the sheets.
Right. My note says why they felt the need to include these is a bit puzzling to me. He tells her, we'll talk about that kind of stuff later.
Apparently, he likes to have conversations about aliens and the Mandela effect.
Yes, he's a deep thinker. I was like, okay. And he apparently is a Devo and cares, about his straight teeth and making sure his outfit is fire. Okay. Now, but they do say that, Nate is always going to take care of her. Now, Stasia's family tell him she's the true definition of an independent woman. Mm-hmm. Graduating with 2 degrees and purchasing and renovating investment properties and creating various sources of income to create generational wealth.
Yes.
Okay, she's a boss.
What caught me off guard was they said she sleep with her eyes open, so she will always have an eye on you.
Always have her eyes on you, even when she's sleeping. And everybody's like laughing, joking about it, and Nate's like,
all right, we can go home. This is done.
And they're like, yeah. And he's like, oh no, this is a wrap. This is a wrap.
I've had friends who sleep with their eyes open. Let me tell you something. That is some scary shit.
That's some scary shit.
Not her face mask.
And so yeah, they walk down the aisle, and I feel like he said their last name, and maybe you caught it, was Starn. She's
Stasha. I felt like he whispered it. I don't know what the hell he said.
I felt like he said it really low, but they both look super, super happy in this moment. And yeah, congrats to Nate and Stasha. Oh, I got it. Yay.
So Alexis and Justin are going to take their pictures. They're all over each other. Okay. And she says, she was proposed to 3 times. I don't even know if you understood what I just said because my words were fumbled. She was proposed to 3 times.
Stop talking about this. That's how it sounds to my ears, because we've heard it so much since we've met her, is how many times she's been proposed to.
Oh, like when I fumbled my words?
Yeah. So I'll take that. I'll take that.
And she says that she never said yes, and she's glad that she didn't, because it was worth the wait. And he says that he is glowing like a Christmas tree, which he is. He is super happy because she's beautiful as hell. And
take a picture doing a chest bump.
Their pictures came out so
she has a beautiful smile, guys. And she's just beautiful in general, but her smile, like they did, the photographer did.
Their pictures were beautiful. I didn't like the chest bump picture. I mean, I like the idea, but the picture didn't come out good. But
he knows he's gonna fall in love with her, y'all. Now, I will say this.
I don't think she had a rebuttal for that.
Drop a little tea. Make sure you hit that like button.
And a subscribe button.
So apparently, Miss Alexis said in the after show that I think she works in mental health and she felt that something was wrong with him being able to feel like he could say, I love you so soon. And that was a thing for her. So, the after show is, filmed after they filmed the season and whatever. So that leads me to believe, are Alexis and Justin together? Because the way that she discussed, apparently she even said something to the effect they were talking about, the whole, women only want him because of his peen or whatever. And,
because he said they want to see if he's
I would like to meet those women.
I'll speak about it off camera.
So
let me tell you something. Who was it? Universal Advocate? So there was something I said, and I said I'll talk about it off camera. And yes, Universal Advocate, you were correct. I'm not going to say what it was, but you were correct. That is what I was thinking.
You're stupid. Stasia is happy.
I'm gonna let you have it.
It's official, and she's a whole wife because she waited her whole life. I said, go ahead. Up them bars, girl. So they get a chance to talk and toast, okay? And to their new beginnings. He loves that she's so beautiful and that she has nice hair and nice teeth. Nice teeth. Apparently, there's some more Alyssa's running around here. So he asked her if she finds him attractive. And I said, I guess it's a question to want to know, but I just felt like that was a very superficial kind of vain question. So do you think I'm cute too?
It's important.
I guess because of the process, I wouldn't, but that's like if you got to understand, we get a lot of compliments, right? That would be like every time somebody gave us a compliment and then somebody be like, well, how do you think I look? And
well, no, because this is your husband.
So, okay. But do you understand what I'm saying?
I get where you're coming from, but as my husband, yes, I could understand why you're asking me because it's super important whether I'm
in this process, absolutely.
And remember, Justin, that was the only thing that he wanted was for his wife to be physically attracted to him. So
that's true.
No, I get it. Trust me, it makes a difference.
So she says, absolutely. He tells her she's gorgeous. And he asks about her real estate investments and, she talks about her properties. He compares it to playing Monopoly. And, she's like, yeah, the goal is not to work. So Nate, as we do know, does his day trading, but also does software sales. They're both remote. So they're going to be together in the house a lot, we learn.
They need to buy a big house.
Maybe that's why he out there on that rooftop. He asked if he's a clean person. Y'all, this was the part for me. Okay. She asked if he's a clean person and he shrugs it off and says he has a few bad habits, but he's okay. Not putting.
I think he said something like he's pretty clean, and she said that she's extremely clean. And that her family feels like
she lives in a model home.
Yeah. Like it's just for show that she doesn't live there.
Right. So he infers that, that it's stage. And then he's like, oh, so you're nuts. I was like,
yeah, pretty much.
If I could live like that, I just can't. I have a 3-year-old. That's not realistic, right? But if I could live like that, Nels would tell you I would not. Nope. I would have. We know somebody that has tables and things and little model, the things you see in the model home and the little cups and everything and the placemats and everything set up, and it don't get touched. I think it's beautiful.
They don't have a 3-year-old.
Right. They don't have a 3-year-old either. I wish I could live that life.
So Sasha and Nate, they go to take their pictures, and also their pictures come out beautiful as well. Nate says that he's just excited because
you want to get behind the camera, like outside of the camera, and get to know her a little better.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to just say because she's attractive and she's an independent boss, you had to take it to the freaking sheets.
He already said he's excited because he got what he wanted. However, it's only been 30 minutes and he's anxious to get off camera and get to know her. That's what
and get to okay. You made it sound like it was some other type of shit.
He's ready to do that too, though. Because
he wanted to talk. You know, so Sasha says, you know, she hasn't been this happy in a very long time. And you know, she's like, I guess like a little afraid. She was like afraid of being hurt, but you know, she's hopeful that this relationship is everything she wants it to be. You know, this is her husband now. So
right.
So while they're having their first dance, Sasha asked him, you know, what was his first impression of her? And he says, you know, he just started smiling and thought, wow. And we saw that. That's exactly what
that
it
was super
getting.
cute.
And you know, he's just glad that they picked her for him. Also, he says that he can feel like, you know, like the energy, like
I'm not gonna lie, I felt it too. I was like, they want to do it.
Right? Radiating off of her. And, you know, he just says that he wants to be a good, like, you know, like she's everything that, you know, he envisioned in a wife, and he wants to be a good husband for her. So, I mean, so far, you know, so far, so good.
Justin and Alexis do their first dance, y'all. He says he loves looking into her eyes. It was really cute. It was really sweet. She says, I love eye contact. But she said, my neck hurt though, from like looking up like this.
That's what you asked for, boo. You asked for somebody's toe. That's all she really cared about.
Right. So but you know what I love about Justin? He comes down to her level.
He sure enough did. He sure did.
I said, Justin, okay, that definitely got points for me. And
he seems like he would make a good husband.
He's like fixing her hair as they're like it was just, he's very nurturing, which I don't think we see in a lot of men. So I did pick up on that. And I even said he's just really doting on his new wife. He says he feels it's easy to be himself around her. She asked him when's the last time he's kissed anybody, and he says 1.5 years. And she's having trouble. She's like, okay, like kiss somebody, like, you know, like what? I don't understand. And he's like, no, but I've been celibate for 1.5 years. And then
celibate mean
like,
does that mean that you haven't kissed anybody? Like, can you be celibate?
I think what he's saying, I think the only reason celibacy came up, I believe, in this conversation was because of the way she reacted to him saying that he hadn't kissed anybody in 1.5 years. So, because that sounds strange. So the natural, to me, his answer was justified, because he's saying that's because I haven't been in an intimate relationship with anyone in 1.5 years. So no, because for him, like he said, he wants it to be more on a mental. So I got it, but it was just her. She was like, oh God. And then she yells across the room, across the dance floor to her girls, he's celibate. And then she wonders if that means if she can't get any.
Well, no, they're married. I would think that, you know, she would have first dibs. I would think. They married, you know, they probably clearly both. I would think they both want to do it. It's been 1.5 years for him, and she off limits. So
I don't know.
Lindy is going dress shopping while Miguel is going tuxedo shopping. And, you know, Miguel is with his friends, and he mentions that he's like, you know, that saying that, you know, one of us, somebody in the relationship would be settling. Automatically, his friends go, it would be her. I don't need those type of friends.
Hey,
immediately you said what?
I don't think I heard that. I don't think I caught that.
Yes, automatically they told him she would be the one settling. Y'all would not be my friend somewhere. I don't give a fuck whether y'all joking or not. Homie, pick my head up. The fuck? Even if you don't believe it. The hell? Miguel just doesn't want either of them to feel like that. I guess he wants them both to feel lucky, you know, to be in a relationship. But he feels that when he meets his wife or his future wife, you know, he's going to be smitten because he's a romantic at heart. And I see that. I see that from Miguel.
Yeah. I love that about Miguel. I actually like Miguel now. Miguel's like, he's my new favorite. I like Miguel.
He seems like a really sweet dude. He just has some hobbies.
Him and his Dungeons and Dragons.
He just has some hobbies I wouldn't fuck with. Now, Miguel's friend Steve, is feeling some type of way because apparently Miguel has overlooked some red flags in the past that he should have paid attention to. Now, because he's getting to the point that all his friends are getting married, he feels like it's his turn. So he really don't give a fuck about none of that shit that he's talking. He's like, it's my turn now. All you motherfuckers are married. I'm doing this.
Right.
Miguel goes and tries on his suit. Steven don't give a damn. He is still carrying on with his conversation. And Miguel is like standing there like, homie, you don't see me? I'm over here looking GQ as fuck. And you don't. Oh, yes. You look nice. You would not. I would have been like, we need to reschedule because these motherfuckers here, I need to have this whole experience all again because this is not working for me. Right. But, he made the best of it. He does a cheers to his future wife and, they say good luck to her. Lindy is dress shopping and she's tried on multiple dresses. She's not getting the feeling that she was expecting to get, that it dress. This is the one dress.
That
exactly, from any of them. Now, her friends think that she may just be, overthinking it. And they're pretty concerned about her because, she's always lived a sheltered life and she's still learning things every single day, which, I mean, we all are, but I can understand their concerns. They hope that she can give them both like the space that they both need, like, so that they just don't overthink things. Because apparently maybe this is just who she is as a person. I don't know. Both of these friends are having some real deal concerns. Miguel's friends, Lindy's friends. Finally, Lindy comes out and thinks maybe she found the one. Now the sales rep tells her to let's do an exercise. Close your eyes and pretend that you are at your wedding day. The doors are about to open.
I thought this was super cute.
Mr. Fiance is standing on the other end. And when the doors open, what dress are you wearing? And she said this one. And, she says she's ready to fall in love and build with someone. Now that damn sales rep, okay, she deserves the commission that she get. Okay. That was given
wedding selling them dresses.
She was given wedding planner. I don't know. She was
that's exactly, you know what? I was like, why does that bring? Because I love that damn movie. That's what
she was giving wedding planner. Okay. Go on, sales rep. Go on.
Dr. Pepper says Morgan is strong, but hopefully Ben will have the ability to soften her up, y'all. Morgan goes dress shopping with her girls. And she says she's used to coming home by herself. So she's looking forward to meeting the person who was selected especially for her. Now we also see Ben, he's off, trying on suits and whatnot. And his friends ask him, well, what did your mama say? And he's like, well, she hasn't said much, but it's very important to him that his mom likes her and they share similar qualities. You want to date your mama, Ben. Anyway, so while Morgan is trying on dresses with her friends, and they wonder what if the guy that's chosen for her, now her friends have some concern because they're like, what if he doesn't really accept her for who she really is, the things that we love about her? And her other friend hopes that if he loves her for her, he should be able to accept those things. So I was like, okay. So Morgan says she always has bad luck with men. Usually either the guy is great and not ready to settle, or ready to settle, but he's fucking awful. She says the goal that she's been wanting to achieve is obviously being married. So Morgan says she never thought marriage would happen for her. So getting married is very surreal. And I thought that was very sweet. Now, Ben put on this sexy tux, y'all. It was hot. It was hot. I was feeling it, Ben. I liked it. It was wide. It was nice. And he said he's super anxious and excited for the wedding. His friends joke and say, oh, she is the one. And he says, no, she is the one. Just like the tux is the one. And they say out, and he says outside of my mom. And that bothered my soul.
I just know he is feeling, swaggerific and his tux. You really can't tell Ben nothing. I felt like I wouldn't have been mad if he started swag surfing, like for real. He is just, what he wanted was, he said something swaggy, elegant, and classy. And that's what he got. So next we have Kristin and Mitch, and Mitch is tuxedo shopping. He says he wants a classic black tux with bow tie, and he wants to make a great first impression. Mitch decides to go with that. He seems very simple.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's the one he chose. There was no thrill, no excitement, no nothing. Now he says the hard part for him is just dealing with his issues with commitment. He says his last real relationship was like 5 or 6 years ago, and since then he's been cut and run out of most of the relationships, whatever the hell that means.
That means he cut and he ran. That's what that means.
It needs a cutting.
Oh.
What did you say?
I said he's a runner, he's a track star.
But he says this is the one thing missing from his life, and it will force him to commit. I don't know, it sounds like an experiment. So marriage is not an experiment. It's not going to force you to do shit. Now Kristin, she's trying on her dress. She liked the first one she tried on. Okay, clearly they are simple. They're simple people. She says that she's just really nervous. She just wants to find the right dress. And she's worried, some old feelings will resurface. I can understand that, boo. You are traumatized. Her friend Zoe asked if her dad knows yet. And of course, he don't. She still ain't tell him. She said in a way, I kind of understand where she was coming from in this sense. She wants to be able to tell him in person versus over the phone. She says that she's a daddy's girl, and really that's part of the reason why she wants to do it that way. But she will be heartbroken if he ain't with it. Now Kristin tries
spot and hope for the best.
Huh?
You're gonna put him on a spot and hope for the best.
Kristin says her past relationships have been crap, and we know it. And she's done with that. Like, she's looking forward to her future. So she's stepping out of this trauma-filled bullshit she's in right now.
It's an emergency 911. Okay. Morgan,
I cannot deal with this chick.
Gets a call from Dr. Pepper. Not the soda, not the beverage, Dr. Pepper. And Morgan doesn't understand why she's getting this call. She's like, I need more therapy than y'all done already gave me. What is wrong? Is he not the one? And she said, no, sweetie. And she explains that they're postponing the marriage because Ben has COVID. Okay. He tells her, or she tells her that, she will get a honeymoon, but it's going to be much shorter. And she said that she's super concerned because, this person is going to be her husband. So she's worried about his health. And, hoping he doesn't croak before she gets to him, gets him down the aisle. Right. But she feels like it's a very tiny little blip. I noticed she used that word blip in her love story. Because, I was just introduced to that word by Lindsay last season. Blip.
Morgan is scared that he may just be getting cold feet, y'all. She's worried that he might be lying about having COVID. I mean, can they even lie? Don't production get the results?
I would imagine, yeah, because they have to protect everyone else.
I mean, well, if she knew anything about her future husband, I could understand why she would have concerns.
It might cost too much to take that test.
Lindy says she's ready to get married to a stranger today because, she's had her heart trampled all over and she's ready to trust other people with her love life. I get it, especially after that asshole you dealt with.
Overthink it, of course.
You said what?
But she can't overthink it. She needs to trust somebody else, so she can't overthink it.
So Lindy really doesn't even know how this is going to go because she says she hasn't been a girlfriend in so long. Now she's sitting down, getting, her hair and makeup done, and she's discussing her nervousness about her first dance because she don't know how, with her.
And she.
With her religion. All right, Alina. She's worried that it'll be hard for her to connect with her husband because of her strict religious background. She says she grew up like where, you know, when you dated someone, you like could give them a hug, but like your bodies couldn't be touching. It was like an A-line hug, and it could only be for 3 seconds. So
church hug. It was.
Yeah. So she's worried about the dancing. She's worried about being able to connect. And, you know, I think those are some real concerns. She says that she wants to be with someone who won't try and stifle her womanhood because she's dealt with that in the past. And she wants them to be okay with her being her. Now, Lindy comes out in her beautiful wedding dress, and her family tells her that she looks like a fairy tale princess. It even brought her mother to tears. She looked beautiful. Apparently, Lindy's father decided not to be supportive of this process. So her brother is going to be the one to walk her down the aisle. And she doesn't really seem to really be bothered by it. But it's, and I think her parents are divorced, right?
Yeah.
She's probably like, yeah.
And that's clearly really traumatized her.
So she gets the engagement ring, and she says it is exactly what she wanted. You probably don't realize it is lab created, so it's probably not exactly what she wanted, but it's probably the style. Lindy is super nervous, and she says growing up seeing her parents get divorced, she just knows that that is not how she wants her relationship to go. You know, she wants a long-term marriage. So you know what? You know what I would have told my daddy? Sir, you may not be supportive of this, but guess what? Maybe if you would have tried it to work out for your ass. So I'm trying some shit that you haven't done so I can get a result that you haven't had.
No, he did it. He just didn't want to stay in it. That's different.
What, to get married?
Yeah, her daddy, they were married.
Yeah,
they got
okay, and it didn't work out. So excuse me for trying to try something that you haven't tried to get a result that you didn't get. A long-lasting marriage.
Oh.
Now kiss my ass for that shit. You said what?
Yeah, I said that was nails with a reed for Lindy's daddy.
So Miguel said, you know, he's already had his last meal as a single man. Apparently it was 2 Snickers and some Oreos. And his friends was like, oh, okay, so you're already giving up on your body. Like you just going for the dad bod already before you even lock this in and get married. Now he says he decided to get married at first sight because he's tired of being alone. So his friends ask, you know, like, what if you guys don't fit physically? But your friends absolutely adore her.
Right.
You know, and he jokes and says, well, you guys got a new friend. Okay, Miguel. Miguel says his biggest struggle for him is finding someone who can help him steer the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He also says he's going into this with faith. And he's going to keep trying until, you know, he can't try anymore. That's what I'm talking about. That's marriage state of mind.
Right.
There we go. Miguel's friends asked if she's not into gaming. And, you know, he says that really quality time is important for him. And, you know, he hopes that in the future, maybe she would be. But, you know, he understands, like, if he doesn't, if she's not into Dungeons and Dragons,
I'll have to live with it.
And then he's walking to the altar and his sister Priscilla meets him on the way. And she just gets super emotional. She's so proud of him and she is tearing. And
can I just say I felt bad? I cried during Stasia, that girl. Sasha. I cried during her and Nate. Mm-hmm. But Lindy and Miguel didn't give me any feels. I didn't get any feels from Lindy and Miguel. I thought they were cute, but I didn't get any feels. Miguel is out, and we can tell that Lindy's friends are impressed because they're like, oh, because he's handsome. That's one thing we can't deny. Miguel's a handsome dude. So, you know, Lindy's nervous and is scared that she could be meeting the man of her dreams or the most toxic person ever.
It could be a sweet dream or beautiful night.
Okay. So here she is. In my notes say, here she is overthinking again. So, all right. Lindy's friends and family said that she tries to find the good in everything. And then talk about how she's a physical therapist, doctor, or has her doctorate. And all his friends are shocked, like, okay, level up. You finally got somebody on your level, bruh. Now, she is the kind of friend that if you lose touch with her, no matter when you reconnect in life, she is ready to pick up right where you left off. So they tell him to be prepared to not have just a wife, but a best friend. They selling the shit out of Lindy, ain't they?
Right? That's what I thought about.
Miguel's friends say that he is the missing puzzle piece that you spend hours searching for when he magically appears, like in the Dungeons and Dragons, and seamlessly fits into your otherwise complicated life, bringing calmness to chaos. Do y'all understand how many times I had to run this scene back to catch all this shit? Anyway,
I didn't. I ain't.
Right.
I ain't,
and beauty where you saw none. They say if you have a crazy business idea, Miguel will be your first investor. I don't know why y'all put this on TV. That sounds like he's good to get swindled. That's all I'm saying.
You know what I like that they said?
What?
That if you need to dig a ditch,
Right.
he's showing up in inappropriate footwear, but he is ready to go to work.
Right. They talk about how he is a doctor with his PhD in neuroscience. And Lindy's like, what?
I'm married to a whole doctor. What you mean? No.
She was like, I did it, girls.
That's why she accepted Dungeons and Dragons. She don't give a goddamn. She like, boo. Yeah, I got a geek husband, but he is a doctor, boo.
Okay. My husband is like, no. He's Dr. Miguel.
Lindy, gets to mention her vows, and she says that she promises to be patient and face things as a team. And I think that's really what he wanted. He wanted somebody to, be able to help him steer. What was it? Help him steer the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel says he doesn't know much about her, but knows that they're both crazy and impulsive. And he's already a huge fan of her open-mindedness, because they both doing this crazy shit together. And Lindy didn't even let the officiant finish before she said, I do. I said, she's in a rush. Okay. She's in a rush.
She's like, I do.
They would say, hold up, hold your horses. It was cute. It was cute. She was in a rush to marry her man.
He shows off his die from Dungeons and Dragons. Lindy actually thinks this is cute. And she loves that he has a nerdy hobby and is passionate about something. I said, okay, maybe the experts weren't wrong. She asked what he does for work, and he says, I'm kind of a drug dealer.
I think she didn't find that funny.
I don't think she did either.
I thought it was funny, but she didn't. I was like,
he says he sells pharmaceuticals. He used to be a scientist, but now is a medical writer, meaning he just writes them scripts. Now, she loves that she's married to a doctor. He asks if she works from home, and she says that, and he's like, oh, no, you have to treat patients, so you have to go in. And she talks about how, she puts a lot into her work so she can be able to travel and take trips. And so he's like, well, please just take me with you. And then
I can work wherever there's Wi-Fi.
I can remote wherever. And she's like, oh, it's just music to her ears. So it seems like Lindy and Miguel.
I thought it was cute because she said she feels like a starstruck fan.
She said a fangirl. Like a fangirl
over her husband. I said,
and she's like, and it's even funny because she's looking for reassurance from him, because she's just like, well, how do you feel? And he's like, well, don't let the cool demeanor fool you.
Exactly.
And she's like, he's like, I'm just as excited as you are.
She's like, well, don't be afraid to show me.
Right. I said, okay, Lindy, let's do this. Let's make these experts right.
I don't know what this honeymoon gonna be looking like.
Yeah.
It's going down. It's going down.
It looks like it's time for Kristin and Mitch to get ready to get married. And Mitch is concerned because he's always been the rebel and feels like he could potentially break her heart or have his broken. Dun, 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 dun. So Kristin's friends asked if she told her dad and what he thinks. She said he knows it's a matchmaking special, but knows nothing else. She said that he knows how bad she wants to be married, and regardless, she's doing it. She said YOLO. Okay. So, however, she doesn't know how to handle it when her dad is weirded out by the whole thing. So she says she's been wanting to be married for a long time. She's tired of swiping and feels marrying someone at first sight is the same as meeting one of these random motherfuckers online. I was like, I guess you're right. Or as she says, the people who they don't have background checks on. And I was like, well, that's true. At least she got a background check on Mitch. I hope they ran full joint. I'm just playing. So she says she's basically been through it 4 years ago, and that's not her fault, and it's not her actions. So she really believes that this moment is for her. Her sister Rachel asked her like ideal description of what she wants, and she's like, if he could be brunette, you know, is he brunette? He's bald.
He hardly got hair, so
he's bald. She said bald.
I don't know if he's bald. I think he's holding on to whatever he has left. He's not completely bald. He did get a haircut. Like, I mean, the lady was like,
but he should have just shaved it all off. Why?
Yeah, so he's not bald. But it's hard to tell what color his hair is.
Holding back the years, thinking of the hair I had so long.
Mitch has a nice sized gash, okay, up on his head. On his
longboard.
With this little bit of hair that he has.
Like 2 bandages in it.
Yeah, and the hairstylist,
you know how to
hey, that'll make a nice icebreaker, you know. And he says, you know, he just wants to present himself as, you know, a good, solid dude. And the hairstylist is cutting his hair and, you know, cuts his beard and tells him to go look at it and
he is
how you like it. This is not what I wanted. And I wasn't sure if he was serious.
Oh no, he was serious.
He was dead ass serious.
He gave her that smoke.
His friends tried to tell him it looks great. It looks good like that. You know, he says he never wears his...
fucking console me.
He tells his friends not to.
Most.
He did. You know what though? I'm not gonna lie. So initially, I was like, yo, like he's tripping. Okay. But when he explained that he wants to feel comfortable and confident on his wedding day, I can understand, because as a female,
right,
if our makeup is messed up, if our hair is messed up on our wedding day, you know what I mean? And imagine you're just meeting this person for the first time.
Right.
Okay. You may think it looks great, but I know how I feel confident and how I wanted it to look. You know what I mean? And I think that's where he was coming from. So his friends mentioning it made him even more aggravated, more frustrated, and he didn't want to hear it.
He was not here for it.
Yeah, he was not here for it. And he basically said he didn't feel comfortable in his own skin, which when he said that, I actually felt kind of bad for him. I was like, damn, because I know if it's my wedding day and I know how I want to look, I have this vision in my mind, and you fucked it up. Ain't no going back. We're going to have a problem.
See, and I think it was mischanneled anger. You're the one that went and fucked up your head before the ceremony.
No, it was his beard. His beard was cut too short.
You want to find something else to focus on because you've already done some fucked up shit to yourself. So you don't want anything, and then nothing else can be fucked up on you. So it was mischanneled anger.
I don't agree.
It was mischanneled anger. You're mad because you decided to go do some crazy shit before your wedding day and got knocked upside the head.
Now, what I feel like was mischanneled anger, not that, okay, because this is your face. You know, I know guys are serious about their beard. You know, he felt it was cut too short. What I do feel was mischanneled anger was he's getting dressed and he needs help with his bow tie, and he gets mad at all his friends because none of these motherfuckers know how to tie a bow tie. So you're the one that wanted the bow tie.
He was a total groomzilla.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. He's the one that wanted the bow tie. Sir, why don't you know how to tie your own goddamn bow tie? You wanted this.
He was like, none of these motherfuckers know how to apply. But I was like,
we didn't ask for a bow tie, nigga. You did.
And this is what Kristin's going to be dealing with.
Now he's like, I'm late for my own wedding because nobody knows how to tie a bow tie.
Yo.
What you should have did if you wanted a bow tie, you didn't know how to do it. So get your little clip-on shit. Do they even still sell them shits? The little clip-on bow tie.
I don't even know.
The hell? How the hell you gonna get some shit and expect everybody else to know what to do with it?
So Kristin is obviously nervous. She's going into a conversation with her dad. And
you know, I got his name, y'all.
What is his name?
Steve.
Steve. Okay. She's going in to talk to Dad, Steve. So she explains to him that she's on the show to get married, and she wanted to explain the process to him. So her dad was like, seriously? I mean, it was awkward.
Like she was like trying to laugh it off and like joke, and he's just like,
and he was like not here for it. And she tells him, you won't meet him until we get down to the bottom of the altar if you decide to come with me. And I was like, you shouldn't have even made it a decision, Kristin. You should have just been like, Dad, you're going to come with me to support me. But okay. Her dad explains, I've been on vacation with people I don't know. And this is not a vacation.
Yeah, he was like that. He's been on vacation with people he didn't know, and it turned into a disaster. Right. And, well, this is not a vacation. And she tries to explain that, you know, she's tried things the traditional way, right, and it was a flop. So she felt like she should try something new. And he tells her she's insane.
Absolutely.
Needless to say, he does not seem to be on board with any of this.
Nada.
You ain't getting nada.
So I guess
him.
And then of course they cut it there. So I guess we'll see what her dad says next week.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another review of Married at First Sight. Please make sure, if you have not already, that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And hit the notification bell.
And we will catch you in a couple of days because it comes on Wednesday. And what day it was. Anyway, we'll see y'all in a couple of days. But we appreciate you. Thank you so much for support. Thank you for the comments. We love you. Please make sure that you share us. Share the commentary, and let's get this conversation going so we can just have it all back and forth, because I've been doing it all day in the comments. Guys. So love you. We'll catch you next week.
Good night. Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe.